Welcome to the Full Charge Power Hour. Happy 2025. It's gonna be a great year.
It's gonna be awesome, dude.
Last year was like, I hope. This year is like, okay. It's almost funny how bad it is. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah,
we'll see how it goes.
It's good. I'm gonna lose 100 fucking pounds this year.
Boom. That's happening.
I'm doing it.
I'm on it. I'm your new trainer.
Boom.
You coming swimming with me. You too, motherfucker.
You know what? I wish I could get into swimming, or I had somewhere to swim.
Dude.
Wish no more. Come with me. It's $1. If you're over 50, it's $1.
Yeah, but the commute.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I mean, what am I talking about? I got 3 fucking pools where I live.
Sure, I'm
It's
dealing.
like I live at a resort.
I'm dealing with LA County, so it's probably something different.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I got this pass. Like when you're over 50, you can get this pass. I got it on my birthday.
Right.
For it's 30 visits to the pool.
Okay.
For $25.
That's pretty
and
good.
It's 30 visits. It's not like a month where you have to do it all in the month.
Sure.
You can spread it out over a year if you want to.
All right.
2 years, 3 years
nice.
if you want to. So you get that 85 cents or whatever.
Where is this?
I'm not telling people where I swim.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's pretty smart.
Tell me after the show, like.
Karen always looks at things. She's just like, ooh. She'll be like, man, 55. She goes, in 1 year, look what you get, dude. She'd be like, we could go live in one of these retirement trailer parks.
Oh, that's right.
There's all kinds of
Dude,
shit.
I was doing this I was doing this gig a year and a half ago, or like a year ago.
Right.
And they kept going, yeah, it's a living facility. It's a living, and I'm like, so it's an old folks home. They're like, it's a living facility. And then I looked at
Right.
the ages. They're like, yeah, it's 55 and up. And I'm
Right.
like, fuck that. And then I go, wait a minute, I'm almost 50.
Yeah.
What are we talking about here? But I was wrong. It was a shitty gig. It was really hard.
It is a shitty space.
It was really hard.
Yeah, no, there are places that like.
I told you
fuck
that's
that.
the one where like the old lady walked out of my set with a walker over the course of like
Slowly
3
walked out of
jokes.
you.
Just walking out, and you don't want to be a dick and be like, "Lady, hurry up," you know.
Just drilling
But your
it.
comedy instincts are like, you want to go after her,
Absolutely.
but you just don't want to do that to the
She's
woman.
like, I can't even move faster.
I know. I'm like, yeah.
Oh, that's too good, dude. I
Yeah.
love that they're like, no, let's have a comedy night.
It was just like that scene in The Sopranos. Like, I'm just like living it. I'm just living it. Like, fuck me. This was supposed to be a fun job. Drove all the way down to Virginia from New York to do that on a
Wow.
summer day, and it just kept getting hotter and hotter.
Where in Virginia?
I forget. Fredericksburg?
Fredericksburg?
Yeah.
Oh, that's like one of the Civil War places.
For sure. Everything is there.
Over
yeah,
there, right? Yeah. You're all, yeah, dumbass. Yeah, that's where it all happened.
But like my parents were driving my nieces around. They're from San Francisco, but they were on the East Coast and in the South.
Sure.
And they're singing all the songs from Hamilton every sign they see.
Oh my God.
You know, because
That's
there's
hilarious.
like all these, they know all the facts because of the songs.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because of theater.
Yes, I actually watched that
How's that?
because I don't like musicals.
Me neither.
I fucking hate them.
Right.
It was great.
Yeah.
I don't even know why.
By the time you or I are watching a musical, you better believe it's pretty fucking good if we even know about it.
Exactly.
It's like a foreign film.
Right.
Like if it's in your theater, you better damn well believe it's good.
Yeah. It was like I think during the pandemic, it came on the streamer.
Yeah.
And I was all, they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna watch Hamilton." I go, "Let's watch it."
Yeah.
And then everybody's looking at me like, "Whoa, this fucking guy's gonna watch a fucking look at this." All right.
That happened to me during the pandemic. I was engaged to my wife, and I was like, I'm gonna put on La La Land right now.
Oh.
And I go, it's pretty good,
Yeah.
but if you don't like it, like you're probably gonna break up with me because now I'm getting you to watch a musical, and you don't like it. She loved it. She still watches it.
Yeah. Luckily, my wife didn't want to watch that one.
You never seen it?
No.
It's pretty fucking
never
good.
saw it.
I
The
mean, I know
first-
people that worked on it.
Skip through the first 5 minutes because that will turn you off. It's like basically like a really good musical scene, and you'll be
Yeah.
like, lame. The rest of it's pretty good. And then you go back and watch it after you already liked the movie, and you'll be like,
Right.
all right, pretty good.
All right.
But you will fucking panic watching the first 5 minutes. That's how good it is. That's how good it is.
Okay.
There's even skateboarding in it.
What?
It's nuts.
No way.
You'll appreciate it as a filmmaker, as someone who works in film production, because it's just one take in a traffic jam, and everyone's just going batshit nuts, doing flips off cars and shit. It's nutty. I can tell I haven't sold you. Turn the volume off. Turn the volume off.
I mean,
I know you like Ryan Gosling. I know you like Emma Stone.
Sure, I like them both.
I do like both of those people.
It's good shit.
I tried to watch.
You guys are about to fire me off my own podcast.
No. I started to watch Emma Stone's movie, the black and white movie, I think it is. It's just Mark
Poor
Ruffalo's Poor Things.
Poor Things is awesome.
I never saw that.
I couldn't get past,
Really?
like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes. The wife didn't want to watch it
Yeah.
anymore. I'll have to watch it at another time when she's not around.
That's like the Frankenstein type one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm sure
It's
good.
so good.
Oh,
I
never
liked
saw this.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah.
Full frontal if that,
You're
if
gonna
that
be- Party
changes
time.
your mind about anything.
Oh,
When did this come out? How did I
It
not
came
hear about
out
this?
around December
It's an art movie.
2023, like
Wow.
a year ago. It's unbelievable. The next movie her and that director did is nutty.
What's
it's like
that?
3 different stories with the same actors. You know
Yeah.
how they do that? Like it's almost like an
Sure.
acting troupe. It's like Willem Dafoe, Todd from Breaking Bad, and Emma Stone
Yeah.
are in 3 different stories, and none of them make sense to me.
Oh, okay. What's that
What's the
movie?
name of this?
Aaron, can you help?
Kinds of kindness.
There you go.
I've never
Oh.
heard of this either.
I haven't heard of that one.
Skip that one. I'd watch Poor Things instead. I mean, it's
I'll
worth
yeah.
watching. I don't know. You ever watch like a David Lynch and you go, okay.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah,
The second you start to like figure out like, oh, I could go with this storyline.
Right.
It's just over.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it's like Mulholland Drive where you're like, okay, I think I got it. Okay, now they're behind the dumpster at Denny's.
Yeah, I'm confused.
And there's a monster. And then we're just gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
And now we're in a rock video.
My kid was like, "What's David Lynch?" So what David Lynch? And I go, "Yeah." She goes, "What?" And I go, "It's fucking weird. He makes weird movies, visually stunning, and they're always weird and they're great." And so she comes out, she goes, "I'm gonna watch Eraserhead." I go, "By yourself?" "Yeah." Go for it. I watched it on acid once. I'm done. I probably can't never watch that movie again. And she comes out, however long later, 2 hours, hour and a half later, she just comes out. She goes, "What the fuck did I just watch?"
Yeah, exactly.
I go,
Exactly.
"Did you like it?" She goes, "Oddly enough, yeah."
Right.
I go,
That's
"Yeah."
the thing. Like you do enjoy it.
That's how everybody feels.
Yeah.
Stanley Kubrick said it's the greatest movie ever made.
Really?
I should probably see it then.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
never watched it.
Stanley Kubrick apparently, I forget what they were filming. They were filming one of his movies. And
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, come over tonight. We're all going to watch Eraserhead.
Yeah.
It's the greatest movie ever made." And I guess everybody that watched it, they were just like, "What?" But yeah. Kubrick said that. I'm like,
I mean, come on.
there you fucking go.
I gotta
dude.
watch it then.
The Elephant Man is the only movie he made that's just a regular movie.
And it's the most horrifying movie he's
right.
ever made.
It's horrifying. It's sad. It's so emotional.
It's sad and it's emotional because it's right on.
It's so right on.
It's like what somebody like that must be going through.
Oh my God!
You know?
Talk about fill your pockets with rocks.
And when does that take place? Like the early 1900s
yeah,
or the late
I
1800s?
think it's like I don't even think it's a David Copperfield era, but maybe it is.
But it's just like anything that predates, I don't know, the 70s is like society's pretty cruel to the outcasts.
Pretty cruel.
You know?
Yeah, dude.
Then the 70s comes around, everybody gets a trophy, and nobody
Everybody's-
talks
yeah,
about the
like,
difference.
hey, we smoked grass for
Yeah,
like 10 years
right.
now. Everybody needs to kind of chill out.
Everything's
and be,
fine. Everything's
cool.
fine. The Elephant Man can hang with us too.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, because then you get Rocky Dennis, the movie Mask.
Sure, that's a whole different take on
Totally
it.
different thing. Yeah.
He's got a whole biker gang.
I was
behind
gonna
his
say,
back.
go
Yeah.
fuck with that kid. Yeah, you're gonna have these bikers up your ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's not as good.
No,
It's good.
but
Eric Stoltz.
you get to go to Kathmandu.
You ever see the Eric Stoltz version of
Back to the Future?
Back to the Future?
Never seen it. Always meant to watch it.
No.
So I've just seen scenes, right? So there's the scene where Michael J. Fox goes back in time and he's like, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and he's walking through the town and
town
like,
square.
"Oh wow." The Eric Stoltz version, he's just like, "Ugh." And he's like tripped out because he took it as like when he was talking to the director, he goes, I see this character as this is tragic because none of the people
I see what he's saying
that he loves exist.
Not only that, like if you've ever been someplace new, there's no one there to explain it to
Right.
you. It would be horrifying.
Yeah.
But that's not a movie.
So
the movie's like, I'm going to break up the scooter and go fucking shred the sidewalk.
Yeah, exactly. And so he went in deep like that, and the director's like, that's not what this movie is. This is a fucking comedy. And he goes, I don't see it that way. And they're like, you need to, because that's what it is. And so they almost filmed the whole thing with him, and then they fucking scrapped him.
Zemeckis is like, beat it.
Yeah, they were like, this is not working, because like I said, he's just he's like tragic. His character is tragic.
He responded to everything as if it was the end of the world, which it was.
Yeah, it's the end of his mom and dad.
Right.
Where do you see this footage at? Is
it's
this
on YouTube.
Online on YouTube.
Everything's on YouTube.
Yeah, everything's on YouTube. And it's pretty great. Like, I didn't know all that.
Yeah.
And then they just had to reshoot everything.
There's scenes that, like, they shot with Eric Stoltz.
He's still in it.
That made the movie.
Right.
But it's not, when they cut away, it's Michael J. Fox.
Yeah. And there's a couple scenes where they're like, I'm almost positive that's the back of Eric Stoltz.
Sure.
Yeah. Like they're looking over his shoulder at whoever this character is, and it's like, I shot that scene with Eric Stoltz. I never reshot that with Michael J. Fox.
Fuck, I'm going to have to go back and rewatch this now.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to watch this footage that you're talking about, and then I'm going to go back and rewatch it.
Pretty heavy.
That's one of my all-time favorite movies. I saw it 6 times in the theater.
That's fair.
Like every week I went to see it.
Wow.
And I started skateboarding because of it. I started playing guitar because of it. Like it really had. I started watching Family Ties because of it. I was thinking about this
that's fair.
I was thinking about this the other night. Back to the Future came out, and I just told you how excited I was.
Right.
And then the same summer, since Back to the Future comes out, they're like, "What else we got in storage with Michael J. Fox in it?" Because they used to just shoot films.
Oh, right.
And then they're like, "Oh, we'll put out Teen Wolf too."
They already had it. That was already filmed.
Yeah, so Teen Wolf just comes out that summer because.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, "Oh, right."
Yeah.
And it just was not as good.
No, but I watched it and I loved it.
In hindsight, I fucking love Teen Wolf.
Sure, of
And
course.
if it's on cable, I don't know which one I'm going to watch. Because that 7 minutes where he comes out of the closet as a werewolf and he's smacking high fives and dunking basketballs and doing backspins and biting into beer cans is some of the best cinema ever made.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
I love it. Everything's going right montage.
And I forget why they shelved that movie.
Showed it? What do you mean?
No, they shelved it.
Like they shelved it because it was not
because it wasn't good.
It probably didn't get good reviews like at the test screenings.
And Michael J. Fox wasn't a movie star yet.
Right.
He was Michael P. Keaton.
That's what it is.
And that's like that wasn't the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like you can put John Hamm in something.
Right.
You can't necessarily put John Larroquette in something.
Right.
Well, I mean, studios have done this for the whole like decades. Like they'll have something just sitting in a vault. I mean, fuck, look at Warner Brothers right now. They have a Batgirl movie that they never released sitting in a vault.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, that would piss me off if I was one of
if you're
those
the
actors.
actor?
Yeah,
Oh.
fuck,
That would piss me off if I
serious.
was one of the special effects people.
Right.
Right.
They did put
worked my
hours and
ass off
hours
for
Yeah,
and
this
hours.
movie.
I want someone to
into
see
it.
my
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, and there's they have one other movie that they fucking canceled and that CEO put in the vault. I don't remember what it was now, but
It's the Wile E. Coyote movie.
yeah, the
What?
Wile E. Coyote movie. They canceled
Live
it.
action?
Yeah, it's already done. It's in the vault.
It'll
Are
come
you
out.
serious?
Oh, it's live action? Is Wiley? Oh, I guess he's CGI.
I don't know. Well,
He's got to
I
be.
haven't seen it.
Oh, so they haven't
It
even
can't just
shown,
be like Kevin Bacon or something.
They haven't even shown like
Like these were greenlit and filmed before
which
the.
would be amazing.
Pretty great.
Pretty
But I don't think it
amazing.
is.
Kevin.
I don't think they would have shelved that, do you?
No.
No, they wouldn't. Because somebody at that table would be like, "It's got Kevin Bacon. Put it out
We need
already."
to update the board game. It's going to be bigger than Hollow Man.
That's too good, dude. That guy has been in a million movies.
Hence the game. 6
Fucking
degrees.
6 degrees
of Kevin Bacon.
dude. They're just not even wrong about
Yeah, no,
that.
it's awesome. And
Yeah,
it never stops.
It is awesome, and
It
it
never
doesn't
stops.
stop. Because then you realize how long his career's been. Also,
Because he was in Animal House, right?
dude, he's in Animal House.
Fuck, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, of course you did. Yeah.
Yeah, fuck, how did I never work with Kevin Bacon? 30 years in the film industry.
Same.
Everyone else has worked
But
with
you're
him.
still 6 degrees of separation.
How?
Because Sissy Bobbitt worked with him.
She worked on Hollow,
Hollow
Man.
Man.
Yeah,
You think I'm just going to pull that
she
out of my
really?
ass?
I didn't know you knew
why
that.
it's so funny.
I knew that. I knew that. I didn't know you knew that. Okay. I wasn't going to bring it up because it was so
Yeah.
obscure.
But
That's what makes it funny.
it is part of the 6 degrees.
Welcome to my comedy class. Examples are funny.
Oh shit.
Got a good amount of syllables.
Yeah.
Hollow Man.
I don't even remember the movie. Like I know I saw it years ago. I don't even remember what happened, and it was like,
I don't either.
It's just like The Invisible Man.
is that what it is?
Oh yeah.
But like if you,
okay.
but you know, it's the type of thing where they're always throwing a sheet on them or like spraying them with
Oh,
paint
okay.
or whatever.
Yeah. See, I forgot.
Right.
These are two not actual examples, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally.
It wasn't a memorable enough movie.
It's
for me.
Paul Verhoeven.
Ooh,
Directed it.
Yeah.
whatever happened to that guy? He was hot there for a minute with Total Recall, Basic Instinct,
Oh.
Showgirl. Is that Showgirls?
Oh,
Is what?
that's what
Troopers.
happened.
That's what tanked his career.
Wait, what? Troopers?
Starship Troopers came after.
Oh wow, it got
Dude,
real campy.
That's a hilarious movie.
It's great, but it's like totally campy. Like
Yeah,
it's totally
without
weird.
a date. Without a
Yeah,
doubt.
Starship Troopers was really weird. Yeah, I saw that. There was a lot of gratuitous nudity in it, so that was nice.
You gotta
Wait.
appreciate that. That and Showgirls.
Right.
Wait,
Right.
yeah.
I mean, you're burying the lead here.
Yeah. Showgirls.
Talk
You got
about gratuitous
Jesse
nudity.
Spano is butt naked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
pretty crazy. Does a karate kick.
that was the
buck-ass naked.
the ticket at the time because everyone was like fawning over her for decades on fucking that
Saved
fucking
by the Bell.
Saved by the Bell.
Now-
so they were like, oh wow, Showgirls, she's fucking.
Now, was that movie that bad?
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's just it's just kind of campy. It's one of
Right.
those things like it came on cable one time, and I was like, I'm not watching this piece of shit. You know, you hear it's a piece of
Sure.
shit,
I watched
but
it.
then Jesse Spano's like hitchhiking, and you automatically are hooked. You're like, is somebody gonna pick her up? She gets picked up in the first minute of the movie. She goes to Las Vegas, right? And then there's just all these like naked women. It's like you're watching this movie.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Why would I not watch this movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's not enough of that anymore.
Well, there's enough of it,
it's
but
out
it ain't
there.
in movies.
Yeah. Well, there's. Yeah, you gotta watch a TV.
There's
show.
enough.
Right.
You ever see the Eric Andre show where Hannibal Buress is talking to one of these porn actresses, and he goes, "I think we got enough porn," and she's like, "No, we don't." He's like, "Yeah, no, we got enough."
Yeah,
porn."
he's not wrong, dude. He's not.
We don't need to keep
wrong.
making
Yeah,
it.
seriously, dude. We could stop, and then the world
Yeah.
would be fine. Yeah.
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 There's
He's-
plenty online.
He's
It's all.
absolutely not wrong about
Yeah.
that one.
It's all online.
Well, it just keeps coming out. It's the same shit over and over again.
Yeah.
A lot of it's even the same people over and over again.
Right.
And we're past the point of the plot.
Yeah.
We don't do the plot
I
anymore.
was just gonna say.
So what are we doing here?
Are we doing the plot lines
yeah,
again?
we're just watching like people who like to fuck's Instagram, basically.
Well, that's what I was gonna ask. Like, because I don't follow mainstream porn at all.
you don't.
So
You like French
Main-
stuff?
yeah,
What do you like?
Mainstream.
Like
porn.
8mm type shit?
I just watch. No, like I'll just watch like regular amateur fucking whatever stuff, regular people type stuff.
Okay.
Stuff that's made in some
Okay.
dude's garage.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
like, yeah.
I don't-
This doesn't feel like.
They still have like a big TV.
Yeah.
I don't think most of these people wanted to be here.
Sure.
This is,
That's when you get into that gray area, by the
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Have fun with that.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't need a story and all this bullshit.
What?
I don't need all this fake acting and stuff.
What?
Like, yeah, that's just fast forward through
Matt's
that.
like, you sure about the? You sure
No, you don't need all that. Whatever. I want to get off this topic.
I mean, do they
think.
still make those? Oh, so I won't bring it up.
I
Yeah.
don't. They should.
I mean, because they always used to
I
do the
say
cheesy.
bring it back.
They make one or two a year
Yeah,
that are
that's
like,
fair.
fuck the trend. We're losing money on this. There's going to be real like special effects. They're not as good as Hollywood, but they're better than like two people with a tripod in a hotel room.
Do they still rip off? Do they still rip off the mainstream movies and
I
turn
hope
it
so.
into a fucking porno name somehow, like Saving Ryan's
Those-
Privates and Forrest Hump and all that
Those
type of stupid
are
shit?
low key the best porn movies,
Right.
because they're big budget, which means they have the most attractive actors in them.
And they have the title that's making fun of the real
Yeah,
movie. And
those
all
are
that.
low key the best porn movies,
Right.
For sure.
Because they're big budget,
Yeah.
and you can't fuck up Haley Quinn. No matter who plays her.
Yeah.
As in mainstream
Yeah,
movies.
yeah. That's a good point. Good point.
Yeah.
All right, let's change the subject.
solid
This is
point.
worse than politics.
I was gonna say there's another movie. Notoriously, they've said it's the worst movie ever made, and it's not. It just lost money. Heaven's Gate.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they notoriously will say it's the worst movie ever.
I hear that
made.
mentioned all the time. What is that movie?
It's a fucking great goddamn movie.
Oh, okay.
Is it? I've never seen it.
It's long as shit.
Who's in it besides Kevin Bacon?
Yeah. It's got who's the guy everybody does the impersonation of?
Christopher Walken.
Bam.
Yeah.
Christopher Walken is one of the main people. Chris Christopherson's in it. It's about the West Range, going and doing the cattle and all that shit. But I mean the cinematography. It's the guy that did Deer Hunter.
Okay.
Right. That's what I was going to
Yeah.
say. Like, I thought it was the guy that did Deer Hunter,
Yeah,
but I
so-
never watched it because I've heard how horrible it was.
Everybody has. I watched it. It's so real. It's good.
Okay.
And again, it's the longest movie ever. It's like 3.5 hours long
Oh,
or
wow.
something. But now we're used to that.
It's
Yeah.
like watching a TV series.
Right.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
and now we watch 3-hour movies.
Sure.
Like, that's not unusual.
And I'll say, after being on your phone all day watching a movie, it feels like reading a book.
Yeah.
It feels intellectual.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just he did stuff like that put him over budget because like he would do stuff like the whole cast, and I'm talking, this is back, you couldn't CGI people, so there's 80 extras, and he's like, oh, we got to wait for that cloud to move over here. And so everybody's just sitting around for like 2-3 hours waiting for this cloud to drift over. But then when you watch the movie, you're like, yeah,
Look good.
because it's fucking amazing. Like, that shot is amazing. And I mean, they shoot stuff in just this downpour rain, the mud in the road. And, you're like, oh, this is what an Old West town really was like slopping through the crap because there's no paved roads.
Well, I'm going to have to watch this now.
Like, have you seen Horizon?
No.
So, chapter 1's on Max right now,
Okay.
and it's Kevin Costner's movie.
Right.
He's been trying to make this movie since like 1989.
Right.
Nobody would make this movie, and he invested his own money. Like, he sold like 3 of his properties to make this movie.
He's like, well, I guess we're making Waterworld instead. Should have went with his first idea.
yeah, it's good though. Horizon's really good.
All right.
I'm
Yeah.
surprised they didn't get to make it after Dances with Wolves because he directed Dances with Wolves and he won an Oscar or a couple Oscars.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because like the first movie is 2-3 hours long, and that's just chapter 1.
yeah.
There's like 3 or 4 of them, and they're
Oh,
all that
wow.
long. Nobody wanted to invest that kind of money.
Hasn't he made, like, as an actor, 3 movies about baseball
Yeah, easy.
and 1 about golf?
Right.
He's made a lot of bad decisions in
He
his
has.
career. He's been in some of the since we're talking about bombs, he has literally been in arguably some of the biggest bombs in cinema history.
Yeah.
Waterworld,
Right.
The Postman,
Sure.
and I'm sure I'm forgetting something.
But then also some of the best movies ever made.
sure.
And this is a great movie.
Field of Dreams, Dance with Wolves.
Yeah.
But Dancing with Wolves was, like, so celebrated and
Sure.
critically acclaimed, and he won all those Oscars.
Won a bunch
Right.
of Oscars.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what happened.
So this one, he got a standing ovation at Cannes.
Cannes?
Yeah,
Really?
Cannes, yeah. Like, people
Okay.
like, fucking holy shit.
Wow.
I mean, it's the American, it's after the Civil War when we're moving west. And it shows the
Yeah, Dancing with Wolves.
I mean, yeah. More in depth, I will say
Sure.
that. And they're showing the natives are really good. Like, I mean, portrayed in the right way. They're speaking old dead language. You
Oh my
know?
God, the things people used to get away with in movies. I heard like that.
Right.
I heard like that. Hi, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all made up.
Right. There's none of that shit.
Right.
Yeah. And so it's very, it's the natives are beautiful in this movie. I mean, just fucking beautiful.
Nice.
And the way they talk and just I'm also a huge fan of the indigenous people.
Did you
Yeah,
see
me too.
Flower Moon?
Yeah, I did.
Did you
did.
like it?
I loved it.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
I don't
did.
even remember it. I just know it was really long.
It is.
It was
And
long. It was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really well made.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good
But
movie.
same deal. It's like we're not doing this bullshit anymore. We're
Right.
like all.
No, it's kind of depressing, but
It is depressing.
Well, yeah, it's gonna depress you. I mean, what Scorsese movie doesn't?
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, Goodfellas, if you really look at it, it's like Eric Stoltz's take on Back to the Future. It's a pretty depressing movie.
It is a depressing movie.
But it's just
nobody
so,
wins.
But it just comes off as glamorous to
Yeah.
people who don't have the balls to do crime.
Yeah, you know good. Speaking of Goodfellas, this isn't in the movie, but the guy Jimmy Conway, that De Niro is portraying, when they arrested him and they were taking him to prison, and he looked out the window and he could see LaGuardia in his old neighborhood, and the FBI agent is the one that tells this story. Jimmy looks out the window and he just says, "I used to fucking own all of that.
Nice.
That was my city." And he's just like, "Well, not anymore, Jimmy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my turn now.
Yeah, we're taking you to prison. Oh shit, he was old, so he got away with it.
Yeah.
I think he still got a good long life.
Those were the days for
Yeah.
a reason.
Right.
Surveillance wasn't so hot on
Right.
these guys, and they knew
No.
the
Oh,
law.
yeah.
Right?
You know,
Yeah.
they understood.
you can't get away with shit now. There's a fucking camera every 2
We're on
feet.
camera right now. Look.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Holy shit. Yeah, I don't even know how you get away with crime now.
Yeah.
To be honest.
You don't.
I used to get away with so much shit as a kid
Oh.
that I can't talk about on here because I don't know
Why
what the
not?
statute of limitations
Come
is.
on.
7 years, unless it's murder.
We talking misdemeanors or felonies here?
I'm talking about me and people I used to skate with used to roll to the mall with like fucking wire cutters to go to Sam Goody and
Shoplifting.
shit and get fucking CDs. and
That's
stuff
legal
for
here in
free.
California. You're fine.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh, shoplifting?
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody cares. That's 7.
Yeah.
That's not even
no,
7
people hate the
years.
corporations now.
Because there was
You're
no
a hero.
cameras.
You're
right?
Robin Hood.
Yeah, I'm Robin.
You're Wendell Hood.
Stealing
Yeah.
from the rich and giving to
Wendell Hood.
myself.
Yeah, there you go. No better organization than
Even though
me.
your parents gave you everything you ever wanted.
Oh, the good old days. You can't get
78.
away with that shit anymore, dude.
Well, you can.
I mean, well, I guess you can out here,
what?
but we used to roll to the fucking mall with wire cutters and all this shit. There was no real or you knew where the cameras
What, at
were.
night?
No, just
No,
during
just the mall.
Any fucking
Mall
day.
hours.
Yeah, we'd fucking go to Music Land or Tape World. Or
Oh, you
Sam
would
Goody.
clip off the
security thing.
sure,
yeah.
sure.
And
The beep.
And yeah, and then you don't set off the alarm. It was super easy.
I had a friend. Yeah, he could steal like 3 or 4 vinyl records,
Yeah.
which
so
I
peop-
was always just like, what?
If people have the balls to go for it, they can usually pull it off.
Right.
At least once.
Yeah.
Yeah, this kid was good, dude. He could go to the counter at a 7-Eleven, and the next thing you know, you're outside. And he has the whole display of gum or whatever, and you're just like, what the fuck? I'm standing right next to you.
I mean, I don't want to pat myself on the back.
Please.
But I was pretty fucking
good?
crafty.
Craig,
back
pat
in
him on the
day.
back.
Hey, good job, kid.
Somebody
Good
else will do it for you.
I just never stole,
Yeah.
and I don't know why. I was a pussy when it came to stealing.
It
I
was-
never stole either. I know why. I just didn't want to.
I didn't want to. I feel bad.
I
about
stole
it.
one time. I was hanging out with these kids from my school. I was in the 4th or 5th grade, and this kid he holds up this keychain. He goes, "These are free." My dad told me these are free, or whatever the case, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." And I put it in my pocket,
Right.
and I walked out. That's the only time I shoplifted, and I kind of knew the dude must have been wrong,
Right?
but
Why not?
yeah, but I did it anyway. And then I was like, I think I just threw it out. I was like, I don't want this.
Yeah.
It was like a keychain. What are we gonna do with a keychain?
right. Prison. All my crimes were drug related.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it was the thrill getting away with it for me, I guess.
For him, it was
yeah.
the thrill of doing the drugs.
Yeah. Yeah. It was the getting high part.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
really great.
It was the thrill of getting those drugs, taking those drugs.
Taking the drugs.
And then it was the thrill of fighting off the hangover and withdrawal.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Jesus. Just fucking like, God, I guess I'm not gonna sleep for 2 days. This is weird.
Oh, fuck. I couldn't do that.
No, it's not great. There's
I
no
think
way
you-
I'd want to do that
I
now.
think you could do that.
I-
I think you could be on uppers for a week. I could
think
see
so?
you in that apartment. I could totally see you.
Oh
doing it.
yeah, dude, getting shit done. Video gaming, just tweaked
Yeah,
out.
talking
Fucking
shit.
video gaming.
Kids in Nebraska.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I gotta go to work.
Yeah.
Right.
I'll be back in 9 hours.
Just grinding your fucking teeth
Yeah.
down to nubs. Just like, just fucking get a victory.
Did we talk you into it yet?
No, I can't. See, I never. The thing that held me back, I was never into that as a kid. I never got into it. Lots of people were always smoking weed or doing something else. Nothing crazy went down in like Fairfax County. Like,
I believe it.
Acid.
I'm sure
weed.
acid weed was around.
Probably more coke than you think.
I don't remember ever seeing that, but maybe it was there.
It's there, you just don't know it.
Yeah.
Right. If you're not in that circle, you're just unaware.
And other than that, it was just booze and stuff, Like, we would hang out in JJ's basement, which I've talked about on this podcast for 10 fucking years.
I forgot about JJ's basement. You talk about all these people, we don't know who they are.
Right.
These characters.
He had a huge mansion in fucking Clifton. Clifton's a
mansion.
Upscale area of
And you hung out in
Northern
his
Virginia.
basement?
His parents ran restaurants in the area and had a huge house, so he had a basement, and the basement was all ours because his parents didn't want us out drinking and driving and running around fucking doing crazy shit.
guys
But
get
we were allowed to
fucked up
party
down
in his
here.
basement.
No, the way you said restaurants.
Yeah, they were into some shady
Yeah,
shit.
That's all
the
I'm saying.
quotes gave it away.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't involve me
Of
in
course not.
their shady shit.
No,
I
of
just
course
knew
not.
as a kid because
Yeah.
I was into shady shit.
My dad
I
sold
could spot
cocaine.
shady shit. Yeah.
Yeah, my dad sold cocaine. So
Right.
I'm not, my
Yeah,
real
yeah.
dad, not my stepdad.
Right.
So, I don't have a problem with, they probably did less crimes than my dad, is what I'm saying.
Okay, all right.
I'll add one obvious crime, contributing to the delinquency of minors.
I mean, there's that. I mean, everybody had that friend, right?
Everybody had a friend.
Right.
I didn't really have it, but like people at high school. There were people at high school that you knew.
Yeah.
Like you could drink there, or dude, there was this one dude had a girlfriend at my high school. It was a Catholic high school, and her mother, she was only like 14 and he was only like 15. Her mother would let him come over and bang the daughter
Wow.
at their house.
Wow.
Just be like, well, I don't want you to do this in a car
You're not
or
being
whatever.
a whore out on the streets.
It's like, no, why not in
do
a
it
car?
here. Yeah, why not? Yeah.
Make them work for it.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be this easy right now.
It shouldn't be this easy. My friend's mom would literally buy a keg and then just like either leave or just go into her bedroom. And it was like, we got to leave that room alone.
Yeah.
And this is like a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh, wow.
There'd be like 50 fucking people
Holy
in
fuck.
this tiny ass apartment.
That's terrible.
I actually knew an actual McBride. A guy with that last name.
Oh,
like,
right.
Like Danny McBride.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
No way.
His buddy McBride.
No fucking way.
And he would have these. I never made it down to one because
Right.
like I would only hear about him like afterwards.
Right.
But everybody would go all the way down to like the bottom of the peninsula in Maryland, which isn't
To
far
party
from where
at
I
that
live.
dude's house.
And it's because he lived on a farm or something.
Oh, wow.
And then
Good time.
and it was so funny. We had this party one time. My band played the Kevin Murphys, named after our high school bully, the Kevin Murphys.
Which is always
And
hilarious.
I think we shaved. No, my friend in the middle of a song about Mr. T, my friend Brandon shaved his hair into a mohawk
Fuck yeah, he did.
on stage.
He did a Mr. T.
Not actually on stage, like off to the side, as
Right.
far as the extension cords could reach. And then Buddy McBride already had a mullet, but he shaved his head
That's great.
and left the mullet.
That's awesome.
And then a week later, I'm driving down the street and I look over and he's just like, you know how people sync up with you? And he's just like, yo, what's up? And he's got the bald mullet.
He's like, I'm still rocking it. That's too good, dude.
Yeah.
That's too
We
good.
have all kinds of like crazy shit. Like we have, do you know about this? Budds Creek? Do you know what Budds Creek is? It's this raceway in Southern Maryland that's just like
Oh.
full blown eastbound and down.
Oh,
Really?
right.
Like crazy. Like I can't believe I made it to California.
Was
and
it
New
a
York
dirt
City.
racetrack?
I think so. I never
Uh-huh.
made it. Recently, like in my 40s, I was driving home from North Carolina
It's
to
still-
Maryland, and I'm like, what is this fucking traffic? Because there's no traffic in Southern Maryland.
Oh.
But it was like Sunday night at Budds Creek. Everybody's trying to get in there
Still
to watch
happening.
the races. Yeah.
Yeah, there's one right by my parents' house.
And it's funny. It's like you stuff like we would make fun of as kids, making me think that like we would evolve past something like that. But we're America, baby.
Oh,
This shit's never gonna die. Pop, 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 pop.
dude, the small town.
Let's go, Brandon.
Yeah.
Pop, 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 pop.
The little town I'm from, Moses Lake, like the best part of the year was the Crash Up Derby.
Oh shit!
Fucking to this day, I wish that shit was still happening.
We have it here though in California.
What?
We do?
I guarantee there's all
Oh,
kinds
it's somewhere,
of
right?
motocross and race, like more than in Virginia, more than in Maryland. You just don't know about it because you're not into it.
Right. I don't know about Crash Up Derbies, but
You hear
know.
what's going on in Las Vegas right now?
No.
They're just doing races around the Strip.
What?
Illegal racing?
Legal. The city
Oh, they
sanctions
just
it.
shut it down and race?
The main strip they're
Sure.
racing cars on.
Well, that's where they did Formula One like
As they
early
should.
last year or whatever,
That's
right?
what I'm talking about.
As they should.
As they shouldn't. Traffic in Las Vegas is horrible now.
Right.
Because the main streets are closed
For
off.
sure. That sucks ass if you live there.
Yeah, how the fuck do you get to the casino now? You have to take like the fucking back roads and shit.
It
sucks.
already sucks.
It
yeah.
sucks.
Yeah, that whole city sucks, but
Well, they've ruined it. I haven't
I
been
love
there
it
for a couple
good
years.
24 hours. I love me some
sure.
Vegas.
I mean, if I was performing there, I'd be
But-
all about it.
No, when you're performing there, it gets even crazier because it's just like Groundhog Day.
Oh,
And you don't leave the building.
yeah.
Because there's no reason to leave the building.
Right.
And,
Why would you?
And Vegas
It's
is
1,000 degrees outside.
It's 1,000 degrees, and it takes like 25 minutes to get across the street in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
You think you can go to another
Yes!
casino? It always takes forever.
Dude, when we were there, I was like, we don't need to take a cab. We'll just walk casino to casino.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Fucking
I can
3
see
miles
it. Yeah,
later,
yeah,
you're
yeah, it's
like,
weird.
fuck my face.
It looks like it's close. It's
not at all. It's nowhere near.
Me and Dan.
It's crazy.
Remember Dan?
Of course.
Me and Dan walked from.
JJ's buddy. No, I remember
No.
that. I'm kidding.
I don't know why I was up in Vegas. I was up in Vegas with Dan one time. Like this is a long time ago,
Sure.
probably 10 years ago. We walked from the Gold Coast, which is right next to the Rio, in between the Palms and the Rio. It's a shitty old fucking place called Gold Coast.
Rio's like at the end.
Yeah, we walked from Gold Coast to Mandalay Bay and back because there was nothing to do. We were like bored, and he
Yeah.
didn't play poker. I like to play poker, but he doesn't. So we're like, "Fuck it, let's just take a walk." This is one of my first couple of trips to Vegas. I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a poker chip." I collect poker chips, and I went to every casino in between, and it took us fucking hours to walk
Yeah.
all the way down there
I
and
bet
back.
the
It's
sunset
crazy.
by the time you got
There's
back.
there's also like, I don't know if you've ever walked off on like these fringe roads, like because there's an in and out. I don't know, about half a mile to a mile away from the Tropicana where I work.
Right.
So like, all right, I'm gonna walk to this in and out. You know,
Right.
that doesn't have the same effect because you know it's a mile away and it's not another casino and you can't see it.
Right.
So you're like, all right, it makes sense. But there's all these other casinos like on like regular side streets. You know this.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. I
Like
didn't even
Barbary
think of that. to be
Coast
The
and-
honest.
B graded stuff.
Yeah. Like all the local casinos, because the locals don't want to hang out on the
No
strip.
way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And now definitely not with fucking race cars whizzing past you.
Yeah.
And your 3 kids.
I've never been to like Fremont Street.
I've
Oh,
been there.
really?
Yeah. No.
It's changed a lot over the years.
That's honestly where they film a lot of stuff because it looks more like Las Vegas
It's
there.
Probably, yeah.
Or
It
old
still
school
looks
Las
like
Vegas.
old school Las Vegas.
I
yeah.
worked down there for a whole week,
yeah.
and it was at this casino called Fitzgerald's,
Okay.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
and it was so shady. That's where I got ripped off. Like the guy.
Oh, by the owner or whatever.
yeah, the guy handed me a check, and it was no good.
Son of a
Wow, that's
bitch.
fucked
Yeah.
up.
He's like, you know, like in hindsight, you know, it's no good. This would be a red flag for you probably. He's just like, you can't cash it right now. We're switching banks.
Yeah, that's oh my
hell
god.
Because
no.
usually at a casino you can just cash the
I would have
check.
taken that to the cage immediately.
Yeah. No, I should have done it anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Because then that's my story. We know your story. But that's my story, trying to get this check for like a couple weeks.
Wow.
It took me months to get that check.
It took me years.
Wow.
No, you're-
Oh, did you finally
I
get
sued. I had to
What?
sue. I had to sue.
Holy fuck.
I
That's
filed
terrible.
claims at Clark County Court.
Jesus.
And it's crazy because I got the money. Like I was in a panic when he didn't pay me because I was paycheck to paycheck.
Sure.
And then I got back from, I made more money than I've ever made in a year in like 2 months one time. Like I made so much money in October and November of 2010. And then that's exactly when I got the check. Is when I didn't need it at all.
That's how it always works.
Yeah, I know.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Of course. Of course. That's exactly when you get that.
Oh,
money.
okay.
Thanks.
I mean,
Threw it in the trash.
it took me so long. Yeah.
That year they called me like at the end of the next year and they're like, hey, you didn't cash a check from Minneapolis. I'm like, holy fuck, I made a lot of money last year. If I didn't cash a check.
Man, I was doing good.
That's the only check I've never cashed. I mean, I got it and they gave it to me and I still I cashed it eventually.
Yeah, I've worked with people like this before. Like, there's this guy I work with that I don't know at all. There's like 90. Guy's like #1 in the company I work for at the airport. It's like 90 years old or something close.
Yeah.
Still working there?
Yeah, dude, he fucking hobbles
Oh,
around.
God.
Made of money. Guy digs through fucking trash cans for fucking aluminum cans and bottles so he can take them to the recycle. You know these types of people.
Sure. You
He's
sound
going to
angry.
die at the fucking on
Right.
the clock.
And they fucking told him, they're like, yeah, you have a bunch of uncashed paychecks that we sent you at home. You need to fucking cash them, you fucking idiot. So, like, he had to
Somebody
search.
should just fucking beat that guy to
Yeah,
death in a parking
so
lot.
fucking
He
irritating.
deserves it.
You're digging
No,
through
I'm
trash.
sorry.
Fucking
That's rude.
That's how you
terrible.
feel about
That's terrible.
anyone looking through trash. So you're transferring that over to him.
I can understand
Union Station
if you
has-
need
has
it.
Yeah,
ruined you
it has ruined
as a
me.
person.
It has ruined me.
If you need it and you're desperate, okay, I get it. I mean, fuck, I don't blame you. Do
But
it.
you know what?
If you're
That's-
fucking sitting here making $100,000 or whatever a year, whatever he's making, and you're fucking not even cashing checks, and you're still digging through fucking bottles,
Some
fuck
people-
that's
you.
why the guy has money.
Some people like to work, and they'll work even in their off time.
That guy retires, he dies the next day.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're exactly
I mean,
right.
because he's 90.
Right.
And then nobody gets the money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
Because it's only
Like-
checks.
I heard he
doesn't
hates his
have-
checks.
I heard he hates his family,
Of
or
course
his
he
family
does.
hates him, or
They hate him.
both.
Yeah,
yeah.
of course. He's probably a
I've heard
total
this too.
prick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, he's a. This is funny. I'm not going to mention the guy's name. He's
No,
supposedly he's, and I'm hearing
Is
this
he Greek?
secondhand. He's a racist asshole, like old white guy, right?
Yeah.
I heard years before I started working there that he called some African American the N-word
Jesus.
Sure.
at work on the property. That's how old this fucking guy is.
I was going to say he's 90 years old. Okay. That's
I was told he got laid out, of
Yeah,
course, like
all
right
right.
after that happened.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
And someone showed me the picture of this, so I
Of
can't
him laid out?
I can verify the picture. Not of him laid out, but
Him saying the word.
he was laid out.
Him
Someone
saying the word.
back in the
Here
day,
it is right before he said it, right after.
back in the day, we used to use chalk to write how many bags were in a can for a wide body, or write on the cart how many bags were in the cart. Someone took a piece of the chalk from the bag room, do a chalk outline around his laid out ass on the ground, and took a picture of it.
Of
And-
him,
of him
with
laid
the
out.
chalk line
This is what
around.
his
No, he
coworkers
was
did?
missing. It was just a chalk outline.
That's funny.
This is what his coworkers did?
This is what the
At work?
coworkers did at work.
That's
Oh my
and
God.
I have seen the picture of the chalk outline. It was fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, it's real hilarious when you should be calling a hospital.
You're like, wow, he's been laying down for
He's still
5
alive,
minutes.
digging through trash cans. So
The cops would come and be like, who did this? Who did this? You're hired.
You're
Yeah,
hired.
we like you.
Yeah.
We like you.
Have you ever thought about working forensics?
That's pretty
All right,
funny,
Wendell.
dude.
What do you got for take us into
A show?
2025?
Take us into 2025. I started. I haven't finished binge watching it yet.
Okay.
There's this new show on Netflix called Black Doves.
Okay.
It's some sort of espionage MI6-ish type
The
show.
wife watches
I've
it.
seen the
Yep.
first one.
It's so I was worried because I watched the first episode. I'm like, oh, it's fucking all British. It's all shot in England.
Yeah, just
I'm
put the
like, oh,
subtitles
red flag.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's gonna be annoying.
I love
It's
British
got Keira
stuff.
Knightley with
that's
the
who I
main
love.
name in it, but she's
Yeah.
British, so it doesn't really even count, right? So it doesn't count as like an American actress or whatever. But hold on, it's very good. I watched the first 2 episodes. The writing is really fucking good. It's very well done, very well written, and I'm looking forward to watching the rest of it. But I've only got to watch the first 2 episodes. Very well done. It's got good writing. It's like, I wouldn't say it's David Mamet or anything. It's very
I love British stuff.
it's very well written.
It's always very witty,
yeah.
even if it's not a comedy.
yeah.
I looked up
Yeah,
the writer.
yeah.
I didn't
Except
recognize
for
the
this.
writer.
Oh, I saw this movie called Fool Me Once. The show called Fool Me Once.
Uh-huh.
It's from England, and it's like a really shitty version of what you're talking about.
Okay.
It's so bad, dude.
Oh.
But it wants to be like that, so you're rooting for it.
Right.
And they're British, so you're like, this must be intelligent.
Right.
This must be smart.
It's just I'm missing it.
The sad part is I went and I watched it like a month later, and it's called Fool Me Once. And I'm like, I've seen this shit. This sucks.
I watched
Shame on me.
something called Say Nothing about the IRA.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Yeah?
Fucking good. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right.
Like, have you ever heard of Jerry Adams? Like, he's a politician. He's the guy that finally got the deal to where Britain finally backed the fuck off.
We need that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jerry Adams has denied that he's ever been a part of the IRA, ever. But all these IRA people are like, fuck that.
What is the
Jerry was the top guy.
What is the IRA?
Oh, so maybe you remember
Irish Republican Army.
in the 70s.
Oh, God.
When they were blowing up
the
soldiers
Troubles.
and
Yeah,
shit. The
yeah.
Troubles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, it's been going on since the 1600s or 1700s or something.
Yeah.
So Jerry Adams came along in the 70s, maybe late 60s. And, yeah, he was part of that whole bombing campaign.
Sure. Yeah.
And then he was part of Sinn Féin, which is like the non-violent part.
Right.
And that's what he always claimed. No, I was Sinn Féin.
Sure.
And all the IRA people are like, fuck that. Jerry was the main man. Always has been. And he's like, nah, it wasn't me. So this whole movie is all those people doing interviews. And they're like, no, then you talk to Jerry. It was Jerry's idea,
Yeah.
And Jerry's still like, nah. But then when he sees those people on the streets, he's like, hey, how you doing, Ben? Like they're his best friends, you know?
Ben's missing a hand.
Yeah, it's pretty. There's this dude called Dark Brandon, and he's like one of their main killers.
Okay.
He's still he died in the 2000s or whatever, went to prison. They all did time.
Sure.
And it's a good show.
I was in Ireland.
Oh.
And they were talking about, I was in, not Dublin, but Northern Ireland, Belfast.
Yeah.
And we're in the car. I'm with Segura and his entourage of
Sure.
photographers and tour managers. And the guy's explaining to us the troubles and how bad it was and everything.
Right.
And the guys are like, man, can you imagine that? And I'm like, we don't have to. I'm like, it's happening in our country every fucking weekend.
Yeah.
Like people are shooting places up. Like this isn't
Right.
For no
foreign
reason.
to us.
Yeah.
It just sounds foreign because it's a car bomb or whatever.
These guys had a cause.
Right.
Well, yeah, our guys have a cause too. It's
just
like I'm not
different.
getting laid and I hate fucking Democrats.
Yeah,
That's the cause.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
the cause. Yeah.
No one's getting laid is ever shooting a place up.
Right.
I don't think so.
Right.
Or you're being bullied at school, so you shoot up the school.
That doesn't happen anymore though. That's
just happened a couple days ago
Oh.
in Wisconsin.
Well, I'm
You
not
haven't seen the
keeping
news.
track.
I don't know that she was she bullied?
That's what someone said.
Wouldn't surprise me. But
I mean, I don't know.
she had problems and their parents bought her a fucking gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, good parenting.
How nice.
Solid.
I don't know what to say about this.
Solid.
It just sucks.
It just sucks.
Wendell, what do
That's
you
why I
got?
don't watch the news anymore.
Well, you saw that news story.
Yeah. Well, I have a smart TV, so some of the news shows up for 5 minutes as I'm.
Sure.
you know.
Sure.
No, they try to get you.
Yeah.
Like I can't even check my
Try
emails
and
without
pull you back in.
Trump insulted your mother. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom?
Yeah, though they want to pull you back in. I canceled my DirecTV a long time ago. All I have is streaming services now. So the only news
Roundabout
I get,
TV.
yeah, and Hulu. Yeah, I want to watch this show. Say anything. All right. I just
Say
hate
nothing.
Hulu because there's so many
Yeah,
ads.
two totally different movies. Say anything.
Say anything when he
Oh,
holds,
yeah.
he holds
yeah.
the car
Yeah.
bomb over his head.
Yeah.
Oh, what did I mean?
Say nothing.
Say nothing.
Say nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good. You'll like
Get out
it.
the boo box.
You'll like it.
Your eyes.
Yeah.
Your eyes.
Gonna shoot out your eyes.
All right, Wendell. What do we got for this TV
Oh,
show?
Black Dove. So I mean, the first 2 episodes are great. Keira Knightley's.
And you got how many to go? 8? 8 episodes.
I think there's 8 episodes.
So you got 6 episodes to go.
6 more episodes.
See, I find you have to come back and do the rest of the review because I find these TV series on streaming are so good for the first 2 or 3 episodes.
They can lose momentum.
and then they start dragging it out, and then the ending is never satisfying because they're
Right.
hoping for a season 2.
I haven't had that happen to me yet. This has already been greenlit for a season 2. I do know that. I mean, I've been watching a couple different things. I don't know if you watched the new Dune show. I watched the first 2 episodes.
I'm lost on Dune.
So good.
It's really
He's changing his middle name.
really
to Dune.
well done.
It's utterly confusing, but really good.
It is confusing.
I don't need to follow it. If it's good, it's good.
It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
The only nitpicky thing I got about that so far, I've only watched the first 2 episodes, is that they had the same. This is a prequel. It's 10,140 years or something before the movies that we just watched.
It's still the desert.
Yeah.
Not a lot has changed in 10,140 years. The chick that's
Like
studying,
technology-wise?
like the chick that's using the sword to train,
Right.
has the same fucking force field fucking technology. I
Right.
would think that would have improved or
Once you
been
got
worse.
force field technology, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah,
you might just be there. Either
Yeah.
it stops the sword or it doesn't.
Right.
Well, I would think she wouldn't have it then because it's 10,140 years ago. Maybe they didn't even create it yet. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you got to let some stuff go.
That's the
when you
only
watch-
nitpicky thing
yeah.
I got. Other than that, it's really good.
I mean, we can make
That's
a
fair.
list. We can make a list of shit that
Right.
doesn't make sense about Dune.
Right. Well, my thing is always just like, wow, that family name is still around after
Sure.
10,000 fucking years.
I had to look everyone up on IMDb because I could have swore some of those people were in the movie, and I was totally wrong. I looked them up. I'm like,
No.
oh wait, that just looks just like that other fucking
Yeah,
guy.
they're not.
I'm like,
Do you know how far back the Colemans and the Wendells go?
That's true.
Thousands of years.
Yeah, Coleman. Well, Coleman.
I
I've
guess.
looked up Coleman, and I was like, oh, it's one of those very disappointing. It said, people with the name Coleman were either owned by a man named Cole, or they were the guy that shoveled coal.
wow.
I go, wow, there's nothing cool about that last name whatsoever.
Coleman.
Yeah.
All right.
I was like, wow. And Craig, it means rock dweller.
Oh, wow. So you're really into
fuck.
shoveling rocks.
Yeah. I was like, wow.
I need to look up
Look
my
at
name.
that.
I don't know anything about
I asked
my name.
my mom, I said, why Craig? And she goes, oh, well, when you look it up in the baby book, it went with the name Coleman.
They're pretty good.
She goes, I thought you were going to be a girl, so I really put my time into finding a girl's name.
And then I just
And then I was like,
whipped up Coleman
Craig.
at the last minute.
It's Craig.
See, as an American, it's my responsibility to die without knowing what Fulcheron means.
That's
right? Because
fair.
it's French.
Right.
I already don't pronounce it correctly.
Right.
The best thing I can do from here on out is never learn anything
Just
about
never
it.
give a shit about
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah, yeah,
awesome,
yeah.
dude. Because it's foreign.
Never learn to speak French. All this stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
oui.
tight.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
tight.
yeah,
Oui.
yeah.
It's probably a really cool name.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I took 1 year of French in high school.
So what does my name mean?
I don't know. The only thing I remember
Coal
is
shoveler?
I remember Jamal à la tête, and that's I have a headache.
Jean m'appelle Craig.
Jean m'appelle Craig.
Is that because
all
all
I
the
know.
French girls always said that to you?
No, you had to get a C or better to take French 2,
Yeah.
and this was my freshman year, and me and everyone else in my class were just total
I
assholes.
bet you can't even say C or better in
No.
French.
No, we tortured our French teacher every fucking day. We were total asshole kids.
That paid off.
Yeah. So
That worked out.
I had to take 3 years of Spanish because I couldn't take French again the next year.
Oh, can
Yeah.
you speak Spanish?
No.
Oh.
No, it's
I know more Spanish than I do French, but
Yeah, it's
Now, is that because you weren't out here? Like after you learned Spanish?
I can speak for someone who studied Spanish a lot.
Yeah.
And even took a course in my freshman year of college, which
Right.
is 5 days a week. So it's 5 hours a week of speaking
Wow.
Spanish.
Right.
And I talk to people I work with out here, and they speak Spanish, and I can't get a lick of it.
Right.
I can't catch
Me
where
neither.
where the words stop. It just flows
talk
all
too
together.
fast, too.
And we also learn the Spanish version of Spanish. Spain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we don't learn the
You learned
Mexico or
proper-
the Southern California
Right, okay.
version.
I didn't even
Yeah.
think about that.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's gonna do it for us. Happy New Year, and
Oh, 5 ice cream trucks. I didn't give it.
yeah, I was
knew it
gonna
was
ask
gonna be
5.
Yeah, I like
I
it.
thought
Keira
so.
Knightley is so lovely.
She's kicking ass.
She is.
Yeah. All right. All 80 pounds of her. Thanks for listening to the Full Charge Power Hour. Patreon.com/The Full Charge. I'm working. I forgot to plug all this stuff. I'm in Boston on April 17th, and I'm in Hartford April 18th and 19th. Come see me.
2025, baby.
And we're out of here.
Peace, fam.